What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the SafetyRazor channel. Today we're going to be taking this beautiful 1930s Gillette brass and copper combo razor, and we're going to be doing a little bit of flame painting to give it a little bit of fun artistic flair. Come with me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Subi Hat Cam Angle. Today we're going to be talking about this 1930s Gillette new. This is a copper and brass combination razor, and what we're going to be doing today is taking the copper parts and making them have a little bit of fun and flair by heat tinting, or pyro painting, as me and my buddy have been calling it. We're going to be taking a blowtorch and very lightly adding some colors. Now keep in mind, we've done this with titanium before, but it's a different process with copper than it is with titanium, and I want to talk to you about how to make that work, what you're going to need to do, and some of the things that I've done previously with my razor that I was experimenting with right here, and the things that worked really well to get some of those colors that really pop and be durable. We're going to be doing it on the Subi Hat Cam Angle, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me. Again, I want to mention and just caveat, let's get a little bit of red tape out. The part is only going to be as good as it starts. So you're going to want to make sure it's nice and clean. You're going to want to make sure it's polished off, and you're going to want to make sure that that top cap and the parts that you're going to be heat tinting really look nice. Now keep in mind, I'm doing it with this razor on purpose. Take a look. You can see this razor has some pitting. It has some problems. The head cap was in really rough shape. So we are not damaging a beautiful Smithsonian, goes in a museum styled razor. I don't really want to mention that. We're just doing this for fun as kind of a showcase project piece. We're going to be doing it with a razor that is really common, right? These are very common razors. And I wanted to show you guys just how it works with copper and the heat tinting process. What we're going to need today is, like I said, a clean part. I did use isopropyl alcohol right here to clean off the part and to remove any oils, because oils will cause the part to not heat tint as well. You'll have fingerprints. It won't look good. So you want to make sure the part is nice and clean. We've got both of them and laid out and ready for heat. And as you can see, I've actually threaded a screw through the handle, so it makes it really easy to twist. Now titanium heats really fast, and you have to get it really hot in order to get any kind of color. With copper, it's not that way. You're gonna wanna start, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a pretty low grade heat across the whole part. We're gonna do a stage called purpling, where the copper is gonna go nice and kind of a bluish tint. And then at that point, we're gonna let it cool off, and then we're going to paint the part and make it look really nice, and go for some different colors and some really strong contrasts. I'm not positive how it's gonna turn out. This is only my second attempt, but that's kind of what I've learned in the process thus far. Let's get it going. We're gonna start with, like I said, a low heat, and we're just gonna wanna slowly heat that product up till it starts turning blue. Again, if you haven't, please go below, smash that sub button, and we'll speed this up so you guys don't have to watch this really slow process. You can see the part has started to turn purple. You see that? What happens is if you overheat the product, what you're going to see is the colors won't be as vivid. They won't have a lot of contrast. And you can actually see we have a little bit of overheating here. That's not a problem, because what we're going to do is when we paint over that, it'll actually erase what's happened, and it will be it'll allow us to add some contrast to it. So if you accidentally overheat the product and it goes beyond the purple phase, don't be too alarmed. You are going to be able to remove and paint over that and make it look nice. And on top of that, this can be undone with a little bit of polish, right? If all we want to do is make it go back to its original polished state, all we have to do is repolish it. We're going to grab the other part now, and we're going to do the same exact thing and make it go to that purple stage. We are at that purple stage. You can see it doesn't have any color, but it is gone a more dull matte purple. And what we're gonna do is that is gonna give us a blank canvas essentially to lay down our colors and to do some painting. We need to let these parts cool for approximately about 10 minutes is what I'm finding these razors need in order to really allow us to use the perfect canvas for color. So we're gonna let these set for about 10 minutes and we'll be right back. And we're here after about 15 minutes. The product is actually able to be touched. It's no longer hot. That really is critical. You want to start with a very cold surface on the actual blue, or purple surface. Once it's ready for color and paint, right, as we're gonna say, as the canvas is ready for some paint, you wanna make sure it's pretty cold to the touch. It's had enough time to cool down. Again, copper is going to be able to do all these changes in colors with a low amount of heat. That's really critical to understand. It's not like titanium. A low amount of heat really does wonders, and slow heat works wonders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot the heat across the top cap, going this way. If you go like this, I notice I had weird streaks of color. It's just not my preference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot the color across the cap. That's really what I'm gonna aim to do. Let's see what we can do. At this point, that's why we're starting to see some of that doling. That doling means the part is too hot. We're gonna let it sit for a minute, and we're gonna come back after it cools down. We're gonna go to our next part and do the exact same thing, and just keep going in succession and working the parts back and forth. And we're back from letting them cool. Take a look. This is the achievement. This is what we've been able to accomplish. We've just gone back and forth with heating the product over and over and over, then letting it cool, back and forth, and that is the head cap. Take a look. Absolutely beautiful. You can see it's very unique, and every time you do this, it's going to be a completely one-off thing. I'm having a hard time controlling colors, so really ultimately what you're going to end up with is something very one-off, and I think that's really cool. The purple and the blue really shimmer, and it's going to need a wash, but looks really cool, I think. And then we've got the handle. It's already cooled off. Take a look. I was able to get in there and really make it so that some of those colors and shimmers and the way it kind of waves through the handle. I love this. I think that's really pretty. Take a look. Really cool. We'll get them washed off, and I will get you guys a final put together assembled product. Let's go do it. We're finished, and I'm thrilled. Thank you, my friends, for joining me. Take a look here at the blue. Take a look at this tone and tell me that is just not spectacular. The blue to the purple to that slight magenta. Oh my goodness, it shimmers, it shines, and it just is one of a kind, right? Look at this. No Dr. Seussing around. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends. It was awesome. It's a skill that I'm learning and developing and building. It was really fun to share with you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you for being here. I'll catch you all in the next SafetyRazor hacks, and I will see you all a little bit later. Subs out.